You are about to see a series of yoga asanas or postures that are beneficial to a Kapha dominant constitution or when the Kapha dosha is out of balance. Kapha benefits from postures that are vigorous and bring energy to the head, chest, and stomach and reduce fat. For Warrior 1, we start in Tadasana, again with the palms facing forward, bringing the arms up overhead and take a swan dive down to the floor. Then bring the legs into a lunge posture, making sure the front leg is perpendicular to the floor. Drop the back heel, leaving enough space so that when you come up, you can actually align the pelvis toward the front of the room. Arms come up overhead, and if possible, you can give a little bit of a back bend and drop the head back, keeping the arms as straight as possible. Sustaining this pose is a very vigorous and powerful one for Kapha. It opens up the abdomen and chest and strengthens the legs. To come out of it, come back into the lunge, back into Tadasana, up over the head, and then arms back to the side, taking a moment to. For half spinal twist, you can start in easy pose, and then taking the leg that's closest to the body, tuck it further under the body and around to the side of the buttock. Bring the opposite leg over the top and set the foot completely flat on the floor. Both sits bones need to be touching the floor, not with one up in the air. Raise the opposite arm, twist the body to the side, and bring your other arm around behind you, as close to the back as possible, using the floor to leverage yourself further into the twist. The key is to keep both arms as straight as you can so that you're continuing to work those muscles and stretch and lengthen the muscle tissue. Unwind gently, lean back, and reverse the legs. The half spinal twist is great for backaches, obviously, and it stimulates metabolism of upper body fat, because as you're twisting, you're tending to compress the fat on the love handles and the waist, and that increases the blood flow and circulation and metabolism of fat in those areas. This is a great one to sustain as long as it's comfortable for you. The most important thing to remember is keeping both sits bones flat on the floor. From the knees, we can do a cat-cow posture and then flow into cobra. So you can come up into horse stance with the knees and the hands aligned, the shoulders over the hands, the hips over the knees, and arch into cat, bringing the head and the sacrum closer together. Starting at the sacrum, roll up, bringing the head back. Again, starting at the sacrum, roll it down, drop the head, and from here, you can slide and dive down into a cobra posture. With cobra, it's crucial that you use the back muscles and not just push yourself up into the posture. Once your back muscles are engaged, you can use the hands to leverage yourself into a little bit more flexibility. But the glutes and the back muscles have to be tight and strong throughout the entire posture. You can push yourself back, either into a child's pose or back onto the knees. The bow or half bow pose is great for sinus congestion and asthma. Come down onto the stomach, getting the pelvis directly on the floor, and you can reach back for one leg at a time, or if you're flexible and strong enough, you can reach for both ankles, flexing the feet, tightening the glutes in the back. Raise the feet by pressing them into the hands, and then let the hands adjust and rock you back so that you're flat on the pelvis or the pubic bone. There's no need to bring the head back. You can let the nose drop forward. Be sure not to hold this posture too long, or the kidneys may be weakened. Come out of it gently and rest for a moment with the head on the hands. For a posture called the plow pose, it's probably a good idea to take out any hair clips that you might have or barrettes, as they will hurt the back of the head, and set them aside. Roll over onto the back, get comfortable on the mat, lie down on the back with the knees up. You're going to bring the knees to the chest, maybe hug them to the chest a little bit. Press the arms and palms into the floor, and using your abdominal muscles, elevate the legs up over the head. Now if you have enough flexibility, can go ahead and bring the toes to where they touch the floor and can help pull the back into a more perpendicular position relative to the floor. The plow posture is again great for sinus congestion as well as bronchitis. It massages the lungs and coaxes fluid in the lungs up and out of the body. So don't be surprised if you feel like coughing, and don't keep it in. Just go ahead and let the body eliminate what it needs to. Come back down with the feet on the floor and the knees up, and let the back rest. Now for the bridge pose, bring both heels as close to the sits bones as you can, with the feet flat on the floor and the toes facing straight forward, aligned with the mat. Make sure the shoulders are flat on the floor, and you can do a few pelvic tilts first to get the back warmed up. Then gently peel the spine off of the floor, slide the shoulders underneath the back, and clasp the hands together beneath the back. You want to use your back muscles to raise the buttocks as far off the floor as possible so that there's as smooth a line between the knees and the chest as can be. Do not turn your head from side to side once you're in this position. To come out, you separate the hands and can slowly lower the spine back to the mat, one vertebra at a time, as much as is possible. This increases fluid in the vertebral column. And let the legs lengthen out and rest in that posture. Now, the bridge pose is great for bronchitis and asthma as well. And you can also, if you're flexible and strong enough, go into the wheel posture, which is more of a back bend. The feet need to come into the same position close to the buttocks. Palms turn so that the fingertips are at the shoulders and elbows are straight up to the ceiling. And elevate yourself up into the wheel posture, keeping the elbows aligned with the mat so that everything is parallel. Don't let the knees come out, don't let the elbows come out. Keep the glutes and the back tight. And when you come down, again onto the shoulders, and let each vertebra touch the floor one at a time. Spend plenty of time resting in savasana after these postures.